y'all. Come on in, come on in. Upon entry, go smash that like button. Thank y'all for coming through. How's everybody doing this great night? How's everybody doing this great night? We can come talk about a little self school, you know. It's a self school and its name is Self. Just came out here to let y'all know that we got them getting these curriculums all created on up and everything. Show you behind the scenes work. And see, we got some notes right here. The behind the scenes and everything. Got a little visual for the visual learners and things. You know, showing you the creation story. This is also the, give me a second, I forgot it. Cellular mitosis. I think that's the name. You know, three different sections. And how's everybody doing tonight? Any questions? Any questions? Couple things that's going to be on the curriculum. Couple things that's going to be on the curriculum is chakras. You're going to be going through these chakras. The connected organ and glands. We're going to get into some spell work, some real live spell work, some rituals. You know, what's going on, Mr. Readings? Yeah, a little sneak peek. You know, we're gonna like I said, spell work. We're gonna go over how these spells actually got us messed up. You know, how some of these words, when pronounced and when said and when spelled out, you get like three different things going on. Your mind is seeing one thing, hearing another, but you was taught how to read it a totally different way. It's bonkers. Gonna go over how to straighten that out, you know, in the class. For example, like the word silent, right? Silent and listen, same letters, just arranged in a different way, right? But there's a difference between hearing and listening. Nothing much, man. Just giving y'all a little sneak peek on this self, you know, giving y'all a little teaser of what to expect. Got to stay relevant, you know, when it comes to the school, since, you know, this is beyond me. It's not for me, it's for y'all I'm just so happened to be the individual with the information. What you got going on, Paul? So I got a bunch of excuse me. Thank y'all for the lights. For the visual learners, I got a bunch of visuals for y'all. Some of y'all seen this. Some of y'all know what this is. I don't know. Go look for it. It's probably on the porch. So this is a couple of names from the Tesseract, Metatron's Cube. It's a couple more names for them. Those are the only two that I can think of. And pretty much, so if we look at these lines, right? If we look at these lines, they're all connected and crossing each other's paths and meeting at different spots. And if you look closely, you'll see that these webs, these lines look like webs. And these webs are, you can say, the World Wide Web. Well, in the universe's case, the galactic wide web. You know, everything is connected. Every galaxy is connected. Every universe is connected. Every planet is connected to everything. What happens here on Earth affects what happens on Mars, Pluto, Neptune, and vice versa.
No, you get some water. You just had that sweet ass donut. No, get some water. Okay.
So if we can understand that everything is connected, everything affects everything, we'll have a new respect for each other, how we treat the planet, and our outlook on life. If I understand, if I really know that, hey, my thoughts shapes my action, which is the cause, right? Thoughts is the cause of my actions. My actions towards somebody else would be the effect, right? So my thoughts can affect how somebody else feels. Make sense?
Your short should be right up in that toe. Or I think I hold them up. It would get close. Give me a remote.
But where you headed from, Paul? Oh, y'all. Hey, I got a new bucket hat today, y'all. Be the bucket hat teacher,
Wrong
the
word.
teaching bucket hat
Professor.
professor, the bucket hat professor. Why professor and not teacher? Let's listen.
Professor sounds better.
Professor sounds better. Professor sounds more professional.
Yes. Doing some real work here.
I'm doing some real work. Teachers don't do real work.
No, they teach what you're supposed to teach.
Oh,
I don't care. I told you you not gonna watch it believe me. I don't watch it believe me.
so what is this that's going on? How about you come get in the chats?
What are you talking to me?
That
What? Get in the chat for what? you want me to make a profile? What are you talking about getting the joint? Oh, you on YouTube? Oh, I thought you was talking about what's the name?
No, I'm not ready to do over that no more. I probably do need to get another device. Call me nobody. Master teacher, Professor Buckethead. Okay, well, anyway, so what's been on everybody's mind today? For the fifth time, how's everybody doing? Get back on the sacred geometry, fam. Sushi, that's you? What's good, happy feet? I'm great, I'm great. So we got the people requesting more sacred geometry. Gotta get the people what they want. Give me 1 second, dude. Or do that. There. So y'all heard of the pi system? Well, not the pi system, but pi 3.14 and other numbers repeated.
I can't barely hear you back. How did you know?
Doing good, new to your live, just seeing what you're talking about. Man, all is well, man. All is well, man. I just came to give a little update on the school that I'm in the process of creating. And so, you know, come out here to give y'all a sneak peek to show that, hey, we just ain't no talk. We actually over here working and shit. So we want to get back to some sacred geometry and shit. So we know this image here to be the flower of life. And what's inside of it is known as the Kabbalah, right? So there are different forms of this Kabbalah too that's widely famous or popular. So
Jordan, you don't need no water in
each
this iron.
point in the Kabbalah is different areas in life, in your life to be specific. Whether we're talking this life, other lives, future lives, past lives. And so we figure this out. We figure out where we are on this by the understanding and the knowledge we have of spirituality, of self, of how things interact with each other, how things enters each other's matrix and either mesh or repel. And so within life, we got to understand two things. There's no such thing as good, and there's no such thing as bad. It's only how we perceive it. If we understand, if we like it, and it's enjoyable, pleasing, pleasurable, you know, it's good. But if anything opposite of that, it's bad. So, yeah, levels of consciousness. You can call it levels of consciousness. You know, um, and so when it comes to this flower of life as it's making its movements, because that's all it's doing. That's all consciousness or prociousness that it's doing. So it started out at one space, 360-degree vision, looked around, then it made its first
You
move.
know what you're doing?
Either you
Well,
can
work it out me on this thing.
have it move up or move down. And this little area right here is the measurement of the void. And that void is where all the people say, oh, you don't want to get caught in the void, in the limbo, you'll get stuck. It's the people that try to make you afraid when you are new to lucid dreaming or astral projecting, and they talk about the void and being strong enough to be able to go however far out that you want to go. So that's what this area here is. That's that void. But it's just, you can say, a empty space or a wormhole or the overlapping of the movements of the 360-degree space, my personal bubble. And so if we're saying the creation story as well, so this would be the first day. Boom. Right? And that the first movement, which makes the second ring, is the first day. This is just consciousness becoming aware of itself. Second move equals the Trinity. What's the Trinity? Religion tells us the Trinity is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. But two males cannot create life. So if we were to speak symbolically, or the way that the ancestors taught the Trinity, we could go two ways. If we're talking astrologically, sun, moon, and stars. Sun, father, moon, mother, stars, children. Or father, son, child. And with the mother and the child, shows you how, so to show you how creative skills were being used. A mason, right? Y'all know the masons with the right square and the compass, where, no, yeah, them. So mason, the son, mother, son. The next movement, first movement, second movement, third movement equals the fourth circle. Well, also, like I mentioned earlier, these this can also be represented as your cellular mitosis, yeah, cellular division, to create an atom. Who would have knew? So then we have the next movement, next movement, next movement. right? And so they say, they say that on the seventh day God rested, right? So on the seventh day, or the sixth movement, right, it was complete. So picture picture each of these as degrees of knowledge, right? We start out at zero, right? Start out at zero, then we gain the knowledge. When we get 360 degrees of knowledge, then we do what? Then once we get that 360 degree of knowledge, then the ascension starts. Now we're on the 720th degree of knowledge. Plus 360 to 720, 1080. 1080. Oh, look at that. 1440, huh? Well, 1440 is a hertz. You know, the 144,000. It's not really so much that God will accept 144,000 people who obeyed its orders. No, that's not how it goes. God is not some being sitting in the middle of the universe, in the middle of nowhere, holding the globe or earth, flat earth, whatever you have it, in his palm like this, wagging the other finger like that, and telling us to, hey, if you don't follow these said rules, consequences could be brutal. And it does mean brutal. So what comes after 1440 if you add 360? What's that? Um, 18? 1800? What happened? When was the War of 1800? Anybody quick? I don't think there was a War of 1800. But anyway. So, like, when it comes to these numbers and these frequencies and vibrations and shit, and these stories broken down into parables and metaphors and shit, that's all it is, you know. That's all it is. Analogies, allegories. You know, just like Little Red Riding Hood, the boy who cried wolf. You know, there's lessons to be learned. But the thing that we got fucked up at when it comes to religion, we take it as facts. You know, but this is no jab at religion. This is not even to argue on religion. It's just one example that I'm making, and just so happen religion happens to be the example.
All right. Good night.
So, you know, we gotta understand. Well, first we must crash the concept that call me nobody. You mentioned it earlier. Everything is consciousness. Everything is mental. Everything. Everything starts from a thought, right? Like consciousness. Conscious just means aware. But what is aware? What is it that's aware? Is it you? Okay, if it's you, then what is you? Who are you? What are you? You know, these are some questions that we should be asking, and not just your typical cliche, who am I, trying to soul search and all that. No, like ask that question from a real standpoint, like a legit area, right? Who am I? Because what you were told, what I was told, what we all were told who we are is false as fuck. You know, at the beginning was the word. What was the word? What was that word? Let's see what answer you give me. I am the consciousness of high, of, of light. Or was it a thought? Hmm. Since everything starts with a thought, that's a good assumption to make. Dee, good question. Could have been a thought. Because in order to say it, you have to think it, right? So in the beginning, there was silence, right? Because we have to get out of the mindset of just regurgitating some shit. Like, though it is said that in the beginning it was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and so on and so forth. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was so. Then so on and so forth. But let's let's actually use common sense. Let's actually use our thinking powers. Let's actually use our brain, right? In the beginning, there was silence. Then after silence, something or someone, let's call this something cosmic intelligence, which is all of us. Regardless if you subscribe to you are God or not, in the beginning there was silence. And the silence was dead air. But then there was a thought. Then after the thought, we go through the different movements of consciousness, right? Because remember, we started here. Then we took that first movement. Then we took another movement. Then we took more movement. Then we took more movement. The creation story, the creation of you, the creation of your body. Because after your body was formed, right? God had blew some spirit in you, right? Because if we really break down spirituality and spirit and soul and all of that good stuff, spirit means breath. So we could even go a step further. Before the word, there was the breath, right? So we we were misled, y'all, and self is on its way to iron out the wrinkles in time, is to shift our perspective from this one that is causing more damage in the minds of the people, especially the youth. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Uh, so, you know, if we can straighten things out right with the curriculum, with the music, with the diets. And what I mean by diet, I don't just mean by the things you put in your mouth. I'm talking about the things you read, the things you listen to, the people and the people in, the fuckers you hang with, not just the things you eat. Everything is your diet. Things you come in contact with on a daily basis is part of your diet. And it's either you have a healthy diet, which really shouldn't be considered a healthy diet, because the first three letters of diet is die. We're not fucking dying, even though we do live to die, right? When we take that first breath, when mom pushes us out, right? That first breath we take, yeah, that's life. But that's also the beginning of the end. you know? So, it's a lot of things that we must change our glasses on. And a lot of it has to do with beliefs, definitions that we've accepted, and due to accepting those definitions, we shaped our lives around it, and in some cases, came out with the short end of the stick. And so we can't look at the short end of the stick as being bad, right? You can't. If you believe that God provides or the universe always has your back, how can you think that anything that happens to you is something bad? Or if it's that it's even happening to you, oh, why me? Wanting the pity part of the woe is me, the how could you, the after all I did type shit, right? But even if we did help somebody and they bit us in the ass in the end, that says more about them than it does about us. Yeah, we helped them, but you don't get no props for fucking over somebody you took help from, right? If anything, you should be looked at sideways and checked. Just my opinion. And so, if we continue to follow other people's definitions instead of creating our own, because we have our own mind, right? We can make our own decision, we can make our own choices. But I must remember that we was taught what to think versus how to think. And that right there messed us up a lot also. So, yeah. If you're coming on in and you're liking what you're hearing so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share it, and stay tuned for more updates on S.E.L.F. 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 is the name of the school. Your first galactic curriculum ever. Ever. Like, ever. Capital E. But yeah, so call me nobody. You still in here, man? Um, we need to start accepting things and understand that. Hold on. We need to start accepting things and understand that everything that comes our way is a lesson. As we sign up for things we go. Ooh, I like that one, Dee Dee. Ooh. Ooh. Get it. Ah. Grow through what you go through. Hey, we putting that on the shirt.
No, sir. You ate dinner? No.
So how long, nobody, how long have you been aware of your journey? Everybody who's in here, how long have you been aware of your journey? If you're on a spiritual journey, everybody is, but if you are aware of your spiritual journey, put the time frame in the chat. I'll start it off. I've been aware of this journey for about 10 to 12 years. Yeah, been aware for 5 years now. That's what's up. That's what's up. And no matter if you are not aware, if you just became aware yesterday, today, right now, it's okay. Everything happens in divine timing, right? It happens when it's supposed to happen. One mistake I had in the beginning of my awareness, thinking that I started too late, right? Like, damn, I'm such and such years old, man. I'm out here being inspired by people younger than me talking this stuff that I'm talking right now. I try to put an age on it, right? I was stooping to someone else's definition of how long we should be aware, or when we should acquire the information. If you weren't in the environment to receive said information, you just wasn't in the environment to receive the information. you know I kind of beat myself up for things that was out of my control, and that's a lot of our problem. Whether you be honest with yourself or not, there's been a point in time where each and every one of us has gone down that road. So we gotta, we have to really take heed, right? We have to, for one, understand, well, acknowledge that, like I said earlier, we were lied to. And we should take everything that we know from the scholastic school system, right? We should consider that everything that they told us could be a lie. Now, we have to say that everything they taught us is a lie. We just have to throw everything out off the table. Go back to that pile. Keep the shit that's worth keeping. Like the basics. We was given the basic truth. 1 plus 1, that's basic, but that's that's slightly skewed. That's slightly false. But for conversation's sake, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So on and so on. Right? ABC all the way up to Z, right? Then we get to sight words. We learn how to read, right? We were taught how to read by sounding out the letters arranged in the word. But then as we get older, that doesn't, sound it out doesn't apply to each and every word. Like mosquito. Right? Mosquito. Or kernel. Not the corn, but the position, the rank in military. Colonel. Read and red are spelled the same way, but you won't know which one to say unless you read the sentence and catch the context. That's some laziness. Creative to confuse, but laziness to come up with an entirely different word to means reviewed it, or right, or the present tense of read, which be read, or as it's going on be reading. So why couldn't read be spelled different from read? Or why couldn't read be spelled different from read? Like, think about some of these words and shit that we fucking say day in and day out that we just do by muscle memory. Morning, right? Right? And so, right, like, grand rising for the super woke folk. It's not super woke, it's just why would you, what's good about a morning? I understand that they're spelled different. I understand it. Trust me, I do. But mourning is a sad time, right? For one, we shouldn't mourn. When someone passes away, we should rejoice, right? We shouldn't mourn when we are freed from someone's shackles. We shouldn't mourn when we take the high road and escape danger. We shouldn't mourn because the individual who we escaped danger with or from got caught up in the danger? No, because we have to wear our own shoes, we have to carry our own cross, and we have to be accountable for our own stuff. So, it's how do you want to do it? You know, instead of instead of saying good morning, you can say good day. Hi there. You don't have to say morning. You don't even have to say grand rise. You ain't gotta take what I say, but that's what I choose to say. You know, instead of saying waking up, right? You rise. When I got up, when I opened my eyelids, when I returned to this realm, right? Because we all do know that when we go to sleep, our consciousness leaves this body in a way, but it's still attached to the body. Does that make sense? It left the body, but y'all know the what it's called, the silver ribbon, the silver lining. Religion is big on it. Silver lining. When you astral project, you're supposedly supposed to see this string, the silver lining coming from your belly button that tethers you to this world. I've lucid dreamed and astral traveled. I've yet to see this magical tethering string. We have to stop with the theatrics and the spookism. We can't let's just be real with this spirituality. Some of us will go a whole lifetime. What's up, Galactic? Some of us will go a whole lifetime with only just hearing about astral traveling and lucid dreaming. We only hear about it. Some of us will only hear about it. Because you have to be in a certain mindset to do so. You have to be in a certain frequency to do so. And on top of that, you know how much focus it takes to lucid dream and astral travel. You know how present you have to be. Goodness, if y'all have problems with being present in the physical world, you'll damn sure have trouble trying to stay present in the astral realm. But this is what self is for. Self is going to help us ground all of these gifts that was deemed demonic. Going to be getting back into voodoo, hoodoo, voodoo, Ifa, all that shit. We going to be practicing things as we practiced millions of years ago. We're just going to throw modern twist on it. That's it. It's going to be the same principles. We're just going to modernize it. I'm so excited about this school, y'all. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide
What
it.
listen to your list to do tonight?
I know, I know, I know, I know.
You too. Are you feeling
Here we go. Man, are you about to have me join on the scene for a quick
what
talk?
time already? 15 minutes.
Are you able to have me jump on the scene with you for? Oh, um, I don't know, dude. I don't think so. I was, if that was to be a thing, you would have to. I would have to have your information so I can send you a link. But cool from the chats though, dude. I mean, shit, we just vibing, man. This I'm just giving y'all a teaser, the conversation that's gonna be going down in the school. But it's gonna be structured like how I'm all over the place now. Like we talked about chakras, we talked about religion, we talked about perception, we talked about sacred geometry, we've talked about the creation, we've talked about consciousness, we've talked about everything. This is just the levels, and we are going to go deeper in these classes. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. All good. Just wanted to pass some thoughts back and forth. Oh man, you good, dude? Hey,
You're so sweet.
good man. I'm always. You love sacred geometry? That means everything is sacred geometry. We could take the names away from all of these different crafts, all of these different divinations, and insert sacred geometry, and it will fit just like a glove. We could do that with tarot. We could do that with astrology. We could do that with numerology. We can do that with fucking everything. We can do that with the damn um, Fibonacci sequence. We can do that with the phi sequence. We can do that with pi. We can do that with everything. Sacred geometry is everywhere and is everything, right? Look at look at a look at a non-ether being, right? Everything on this being is spirals, fucking spirals, right? Everything on this being spirals from its genetic makeup, right? Because as your cell is mutating, right, it's also fucking spiraling, right? People say that the universe is stationary and everything else around it spirals and shit, right? Like this other the galaxy spirals, right? Every time we see a picture of a galaxy, it's some type of spiral going on, right? Well, why not the double helix? It fucking spirals, right? The thumbnail over here, the double helix, it fucking spirals. What is your perspective on what freedom is? Freedom is a mindset. If we're talking spiritually, if we're talking physically, your ass in jail somewhere, right? Or you're a prisoner in your own home and you don't feel free. If you're in a lockdown relationship with absolutely no freedom, the you can't move about comfortably. Um, all of that would be physical shackles, physical lockdown. Freedom outside of that, it's a mindset. Right along with everything else, it's a mindset. If you think that you are locked down, you are chained to the floor with no opportunity to growth, then you're correct. Because your mind, your thoughts shape your reality. If you say positive shit about yourself, that's what it is. If you say negative shit about yourself, that's what it is. The universe doesn't have our back like some of us think that it does. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. It reflects the things that we think, the things that we say, and it gives it right to us. I ask this question all the time about the slave and the slave master. Whose prayer got answered? If we know the story like the fuck they tell us the story, we see that the slave master prayers got answered. First of all, when we fucked up at praying to the same God as this motherfucker. If we're going to go off of a favoritism type deal, so, but if God, the universe, just responds to who puts in the most energy, if we take that mindset, hey, our prayers get answered by how much energy we put into it. Me against you, the winner is the person who practiced the hardest, the person who puts in the most energy, the person who devotes the most time to said thing, right? That's the same way the universe responds to us. You know, like, I understand that the universe has our best interests, and it this because it makes us feel good. It gives us something to hope for. It gives us something to look forward to. And at the same time, while it's doing that, it's taking responsibility off of ourselves, because everything that we grow through, everything that we go through is self-inflicted. Even if we were a victim of something, there was some energy that we put into the event to which said thing happened to us. Now, I don't want to victim shame anybody, but think about how much growing we could do. Think as a human society, how much farther we could have been at this point if we didn't have such a limited worldview, self-worth view, and wanting to be around good vibes all the time, or not wanting to be around negative individuals. To take the good and the bad and know how to use your alchemical powers. Be that inner alchemist. Transmute that energy in a way that it benefits you. For instance, somebody come to you with an attitude. Keep a smile on your face. Don't let them just run over you. Keep your good vibes. Keep your positive thinking. This person could have, you don't know what the person going through. Ain't no telling. So we don't, hey, so nobody, check this out, right? I have this thing that's been going on for about 3 years now. Word of the year. And it started with accountability. That was the first word of the year. So I'm big on accountability because I'm quite accountable myself. Even if the situation is hard to admit, I'm going to admit it. The fuck, go and get the shit over with. People don't like being the problem. And it's okay. It's okay if you're the problem, not just work to fix it. Mm.
Mama, what are you on?
So, how do I feel about society right now? I don't like society right now. The reason for me creating self. Self is the answer to everything that I'm complaining about. Self is my solution because I know my intentions, and my intentions is to elevate other individuals that come in my matrix who wants to grow, who wants to learn further than the public school education to get some type of information that they probably never have heard before. Or if they have heard before, get a deeper understanding of it. So society, I don't like anything that society is doing. But I understand that everything that's going on, whether I like it or not, has to happen. These YNs out here, they have to they have an important role to play right now. And it is serving what it's supposed to serve. It's making some of them understand, hey man, look, this shit ain't cool. This shit ain't cool, especially when you crash out and then you fuck around and meet an even bigger crash out. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about anything, and that's one problem as well. Better care about something. I got some shit to lose, and I want to be mixed, and I want to be mixed up with other individuals that have something to lose, because everybody is moving with precision, especially if there are steps put in place, instructions to be led, and things to be done. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Give me somebody that has just as much to lose as I do. And we gotta man up and woman up to individuals that get try to get over on this, right? So which means that hey, we gotta start creating healthy boundaries. Not only create those boundaries, we have to also protect those boundaries. Because what's good is creating a boundary if you're not standing on your boundaries, if you're not protecting your boundaries, if you're not willing to show a little teeth to let other people know that, hey, I'm not playing by my boundaries. Y'all want to talk about protect my peace, protect your peace, protect your boundaries. How about that? You know, it does take, yeah, yeah, it does take destruction to rebuild. Chaos brings order, right? The, the rain before the sunshine, the darkness before the light. But still, even in those analogies, who's to say that that was a bad thing? The darkness, the chaos, the destruction. Who's to say those are bad? Those things have to happen. Picture it as a snake molting. or remodeling the inside. We got to tear this motherfucker up on the inside so we can rebuild it, rebuild the inside, remodel, reconstruct, right? So we have to for one get out of the victimization, the victimized mindset, right? Get out of that mindset, and then acknowledge that there is a problem. Even if you don't know the problem, you feel something off. Well, that's the problem. Because if we was totally aligned, there would be no ill thoughts about self or about anyone else. Because you'll be too busy doing your thing, and the other person will be too busy doing their thing, and so on and so forth. Everybody be minding their own business, working with their groups and community in order to further the consciousness of mankind and man. So, even good and evil. Even good and evil. We talk about good and evil. Now we got to bring in religious context, God and the devil. There's no such thing as good and evil. There's just lower vibration, higher vibration. Lower vibration is a fucking free radical. No stability. Just bouncing over here, bouncing over there, just goddamn everywhere. Like the game Pong, right? Hit off this wall, boom, 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 boom. So, I mean, what are we doing? What are we going to do about some shit that we complain about? Are we going to continue to complain about it? Or are we going to do something about it? I'm doing something about it, y'all, and y'all can do something about it too. Y'all have been doing something about it. Even if you just been thinking of some shit. That counts. You could not be doing anything. You could turn the blind eye and act like you don't see shit. Right? But, you know, problem is because people go so far left or right, liberal or conservative, when the real answer is balance. We all do it, just not everyone does it consciously. Right. And so, if we were conscious about it, we will find that balance that nobody's talking about. Right? If we do it consciously, we'll find that my aunt that Kemet was talking about, that the Egyptians was talking about. Some people pronounce it Mat or Mot. So, you know, state of, homeostasis, balance, my aunt, balance, 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 right? Too much masculine energy plagues the world right now, plagues this planet. It's going to take feminine energy to correct it. Remember that free radical energy I was talking about earlier? Let's go back to cells. You have positive charged cells and you have negative charged cells. Then you have neutral cells, right? Well, these cells that are positively charged are what's called free radicals. They fucking just do whatever they want to do. However they do it, they don't fucking care. They don't give no fucks about who they run into, who they knock off the road, who they step on, none of that. Now, what this free radical is trying to do is steal some charge, steal some of this negative charge, this masculine charged cell is trying to steal some of this feminine, negative charged juice so it can stabilize, right? Look at all this masculine energy going around your neck of the woods. All these savages, thugs, these YNs and these YCs and shit, right? Masculine energy. Masculine energy. We need something to stabilize this free radical bullshit that's going on within the mindset of these young folk. So, so we have to do a lot of things. And it doesn't have to be fast. It has to be steady, right? And and before we will start to see any change, please believe what's going on right now has to run its course. So the YNs, goddamn, they gonna have to run their course. The aliens gotta run their course. They gotta grow to be YNs and then get out that damn YN state of mind. You know, these young folk, they're not listening to the older generations because you old, grandpa. Times have changed. No, I ain't gotta worry about none of that. I got a switch for me, a motherfucker. I got me a switch. Every blinky I got a switch on it. Silencer and a scope. For what? For what? What the? If whatever the fuck you doing, you feel like you need all this shit, maybe you shouldn't be doing the shit that you're doing. But I get it. Some people have PTSD. I know a few. Yo, give me a second. Daddy duties. Y'all enjoying what you hearing so far? Is you enjoying this? Is you confused about anything I have said? Got any questions about anything? Any questions about the school? Feel free to ask. No question is a dumb question. Not even the unasked question. It's just probably dumb you didn't ask it. But I'm not calling you dumb, so you welcome. Hey man, we're gonna go over hieroglyphs in the school. There's gonna be a lot of symbology going on. And if you have not began to study symbology, symbolic meaning to things, start to do so. Start to do so. It's gonna help you out when you level up. As you're leveling up, knowing symbology, symbolic meaning to things is gonna help you understand a lot. It's gonna help you even peep out why some things was done that we complain about today. It's gonna show you why. Like it's literally gonna show you why. They're not listening because of the diet, low frequency music, separate homes, lack of resources and opportunity in the community, and not enough people talking the way we are right now. Hey, it's just enough people talking the way we talking. But see, the thing is, we think we don't. It's not that we think we don't see a lot of it in our immediate environment, and so since we don't see enough of it in our immediate environment, we think that it's scarce. But it's people like us talking like this. It's a bunch of us. It's a bunch of us. We're just spread out. That's it. And it's safer that way. We all shouldn't be in the same area. It should be like chapters. You in your field where you at, somebody else in their field where you at. Every like a team of people in different fields in one area. Not in the same spot, but in one area. The same district, the same region type shit. One state, you might have a person, you might have four individuals teaching their craft to each region of the state via internet. I got Florida, I got the Northwest Florida. Somebody can have Northeast Florida. Somebody can have Central Florida. Somebody else can have Southeast Florida. Somebody else have Southwest Florida. We don't all have to be in the same shit. We need to start thinking. Fuck thinking smart. We gotta start thinking. Do you know about Pan? You up on a lot of mythology? Pan, what you mean Pan? Pan as in Pan what? Pangea, Pan African, frying pan. I'm not really on a lot of mythology because I don't. I try not to dabble in myths. I'll let somebody else go through the trouble of debunking a myth. King of Pan African. you know, that's for me. It's interesting to listen to somebody else talk about mythology and shit. I don't. I try to deal in where my information has led to be facts, at least fact from my perspective. So to talk about Mercury as beings, Venus, Mars as actual people, that's not my thing. Thor, I know a little bit about those individuals, very little. But even those have symbolic meanings to them, can be tied into your conversation symbolically depending on where you're going in your conversation. So yeah. I hope y'all enjoying y'allself. If y'all interested in the school, put a one in the chat. If not, don't put nothing. So yeah, this is this little hour, just this is the type of lessons that's going to be going down in the school, man. It's the type of shit that's going to be going down in the school. It's going to be structured, like I was saying. We're not going to be bouncing all over the place, though. Hello, talking about basically Prometheus. And no, I don't know anything about those individuals. No, I've heard things about them. But they didn't spark my interest to do more digging on who the fuck they were and what they did and shit like that. So I mean, I'm on the pretty much the tangible things, the practicality of things, the factuals. You know, no disrespect to mythology. That's just that's just not my thing. You know. So I mean, shit. So yeah, y'all just stay tuned. Gonna be having weekly updates, bring y'all behind the scenes a little bit. I'm gonna have 3, possibly 2 monthly updates and shit. So I got. Hold on, let me bring y'all back behind the scenes a little bit more. You brought me, you brought us cinnamon, so I threw it out there. Okay. Yeah, man, I mean, you don't know much about Prometheus and shit. Oh, thank you, man. So we gonna. No, that's not nothing to cut with. Got a little bit of numerology. We gonna be going over some numerology. Some of y'all are. Thank you. Y'all know what this is. Maybe not this image here per se, but pretty much y'all seen that type of shit before. Oh, and if you have not prior to this school opening, if you have not, if you don't, try, talk to AI. Talk to AI as much as possible. Now, if you're just busy and you can't get around to it, whoop-de-doo. You just can't get around to it. Whichever AI you use, whether it's ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini, DeepSeek, Claude, Copilot if I didn't say it already, whatever other AI app out there, use it. Just have conversations with it. We're going to be doing some technology experiments with AI. So it doesn't matter what you talk about, just talk to it. There's going to be exercises in these classes. There will be homework. There will be homework. But not the homework in the sense of I give you an assignment, you bring it back, I grade it, give you a grade. No. 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 What's the difference with AI studying me to all of us having smartphones? still being studied. You have a conversation with your homie, your fucking phone is in your pocket, supposedly be asleep. You open up your phone to go on some app. The very same thing you and your homie were talking about is now a commercial on your phone. So it doesn't matter if we use AI or not. If we were talking about they are studying us,
You getting sleepy now?
doesn't matter. All of this shit is converting over to this
What is that?
new smart life anyway. So,
We don't need to look at this.
and it's only as powerful as the power you give it. You control the conversation.
Nice. Please don't start that. Like, please.
When you look up the surveillance thing, hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I probably won't. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna lie. I probably won't because it's not gonna do me any good. I'm not focused on what Singapore got going on. I'm trying to get self up together. I'm trying to get ourselves back on the right track. And worrying about what Singapore got going on is not gonna help me out.
Hey, you stop
And
jumping
this
on
is
the
not
bus.
to
You still
say
ain't find no
that
pull-ups.
you should stop worrying about what Singapore got going on. No, I do suggest that, but I'm not telling you to do so. Um,
Yeah, leave that up there.
Everything's a
Don't you
threat.
start
It doesn't
moving
matter
around.
how much caution we take.
What's your problem, Mother?
If somebody wants you touched, you touched, and ain't nothing you can do about it. That goes for me. That goes for any of you here. That goes for anybody we know. The people we look up to, the people who we may have been intimidated or scared of in the past. It don't matter. If a motherfucker wants you touched, they gonna touch you. And if they really wanna touch you or have you touched, they're gonna invest in every resource that they're gonna use everything that they can and have and will. Our mindset has to get off what the next person is doing. We got our own thing to be doing. Worrying about the next person is how we got them get ourselves in trouble. Worrying about the next motherfuckers kind of got us in a 400-year situation. Yeah, everything is connected. It is. So, I mean, and also I also said the perspective we have of said thing. Check this out. Let's say Singapore, whatever you're talking about with Singapore, let's say that ends up being catastrophic event. Fucking level 5, level 6 on the oh shit meter. 6 out of 5 is the rating, right? If we put in as much energy into somebody else's game room, as much energy they put in their own game room, guess how much energy our game room has? And then since our game room will have zero energy, we will be on the defense. We will be in the state of reactionary like we are now. We will be reacting to everything. We will be reacting to this. We will be reacting to that. Waiting on this, waiting on that. Pretty much waiting to get fucked up. I ain't got time to be waiting to get fucked up. And I hope that none of y'all waiting around to get fucked up either. Stand up and fight for your rights. No, but for real, Um, it's okay to be aware of what's going on around you. Don't let what's going on around you deter you from what you got going on, and don't let it slow you up because deter gonna mean stop. But yeah, don't let nothing stand in your way. If you on the path of righteousness and you on the goddamn ladder of ascension and everything you doing is out of righteousness and shit, even if you do gotta get dirty, even if you do gotta check a motherfucker or two, yeah,
I don't know what the fuck I did with the shit.
don't let nobody stop you from handling your business. Cause no matter whatever your life path is, that's your life path. What I say, it may affect your life path, it may affect the path, it may affect the way you move down the path, but it should not throw you off your path. And if it do, maybe my voice needed to shake you up. Maybe getting thrown off your path is what we need to straighten the fuck up. So, does everybody know their life path number? Out of 5 people here.
No.
Let's see, so we didn't hit.
Hey! What is that back to? Everybody
Shell.
upstairs? Oh, okay. Sure to feel appreciated.
Taylor will not worry about this country.
Okay. And then I'm like, oh,
It make our government doesn't put in the same position. Have you noticed all the cameras and figure recognition up in Miami? When you see it coming, you won't be waiting. Making moves and preparing now, just throwing out supposing want to consider when you have it all figured out. It's not all figured out, but I do know that if I give more energy to outside sources than I give to what I got going on, I'm just stuck in that same loop that I'm complaining about. And I don't like being stuck in loops, especially a loop that I'm complaining about. It depends on what the loop is. I might want to get stuck in a pleasurable loop, but even then, I'm going to get tired of it because it's a fucking loop. Mhm. Yeah, man. If you enjoyed this stream, hit that subscribe button, man, and stay tuned for more updates on S.E.L.F. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm gonna smoke the rest of this thing with y'all. And yeah, man. And, oh yeah, and tonight's conversation is brought to you by, hold up, hold up. It's brought to you by Snowball, Blueberry Snowball. Get you where you want to be, smooth. It's a hybrid. So y'all enjoying yourself? hope so. I hope so. Did y'all enjoy the teaser? I hope so. I hope so. So yeah, it just, that's just the tone that's going to be in the classroom, in the brain room. You know, let me so here's quarter one curriculum. As you can see, there's some checks next to most of these sections. The checks means it's done. I gave myself a 2-month period to get it done. To get the curriculum drawn up. So out of 16 weeks, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 weeks done. Five weeks to go as far as writing up the curriculum, the lessons for said week. And so and I'm still under time. I still have a lot of time to do it, to finish up quarter one. When I finish quarter one, I'm gonna. Boy, you don't talk to me like that. I got some things I need to do to seal the deal. We're gonna get this shit popping.
You can't have that.
We're gonna have a S.E.L.F for kids. So if
the watermelon's not cut, we'll cut it tomorrow.
If you feel like the adult version is good and the information would be awesome for your little niece and nephew, your little son or daughter, little cousin, little homie, friend, little child and shit. This message is really for everybody. We got the visuals for the visual learners. All that shit.
Get out of the refrigerator like you're done eating and drinking for tonight. No, buddy. It's time to go to
Any questions? Anybody got any questions? There's 3 of y'all in here. And y'all been hanging out with me the whole time, too. Any questions?
Alright. Good night. Come on, Wiz. It's time to let out.
Y'all ain't got no questions. I'm gonna get out this thing. Gotta get ready for work in the AM.
Why is this leaking like this? I don't understand. Is it cold? This cup. Oh, you still? No, you're gonna have to get down. You want some more milk? Hold on, you're gonna have to get down. out your cup. What's going on with it? Hold on to this until I get to figure it out. Listen, hold on to that. Don't do all that crying for these
Well,
people think we not taking care of you some shit.
so I'm gonna get out of here.
It's sleeping. Where is it coming? Oh, it's coming out of here. Okay. Aha, I found the problem, knowledge. It's this.
I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Y'all be good. Have an awesome night. I can't use that. But in the words of Mental Reset, you're all stars, so shine like one. Have an awesome night, y'all.